So welcome to the in-depth analysis of Naroxel, the Emerald Sage.
大自然の呼び声が聞こえますか?
So Naroxel is a forest support that come from the independent faction. Basically, she's a career in career unions. Her active skill, Dance of the Stag. Her ability, Dance of the Stag, allow her to teleport to any tiles and purify all broken tiles, locked tiles, and spike paths within 3 surrounding clusters. And we're gonna call this effect Purifiers from now on. So she can purify all the, I would say, debuff tiles, as well as some other random tiles. What does that even mean? Anyway, she teleports to a location and purifies all, I would say, the debuff tiles in 3 surrounding clusters, and 5 of the tiles that is purified will be converted to enhanced tile randomly. And her chain combo, Woodland Glow. At 2 chain, she will do 150% damage to 1 surrounding cluster. At 8 chain, she will do 155% damage to 12 tiles in a diamond shape. And at 13 chain, she will do 155% damage to 1 surrounding cluster and also a cross shape to the maximum range. By the way, I hate this chain combo. It's pretty bad. But yes. Her equipment, Firefly Spirit. When passing through an enhanced tile, gain 1 stack of Emerald Mark, and each stack grants entire team 1% of Naroxel basic attack, retain 50% of stack at the end of round. So basically, Naroxel equipment is a team attack buff. But it requires you to pass through enhanced tile. Now luckily this is what Forest very good at. A lot of unit in Forest able to generate enhanced tile. So this effect is quite good, but I'm gonna compare this equipment with other Aurorians with similar effect. So first we're gonna look at Barbara. Barbara able to increase damage against enemy that are occupying red tiles by 5%. So to reach a Barbara effect, you would need to at least touch around 5 to 6 enhanced tile in a turn, and that's pretty difficult to do, but it's not impossible. So I would say Naroxel equipment is a little bit better than Barbara. And then we're gonna look at Key Thing as well. Now Key Thing, she has also a damage buff, but she only buffed normal attack, but the buff is permanent. Unlike Naroxel, which will lose the buff, 50% of the buff after the round end. And then we also have Vivian. Vivian is just 6% of Vivian attack for 2 rounds. Whenever chain combo deal damage to all enemies. So there's a condition and there's a 6% buff. So again, if you want to reach the 6%, you need to touch around 6 to 7 enhanced tile in a turn. Then the next turn you will retain 3 of them. Then you will need to touch 3 enhanced tiles, which is very difficult to do because usually you want to use enhanced tile like for a burst turn, and then a couple more turns you probably won't have enough tiles to even use the damage buff anyway. So I would say Vivian is probably a little bit better. Vivian equipment is a little bit better than Naroxel because how hard it is to actually get 6 to 7 enhanced tile in a single turn. And then we're also gonna look at Uriel. Uriel also has a damage increase, but it's only for fire Orients and is 1.5 per burn mark. I think around 2 to 3 burn mark is what you would get for Uriel, and that is around 4% to 5% damage buff for a fire team. I think it's pretty similar. So the verdict is, I think Naroxel equipment is kinda okay in Forest team, but you do have to compare it with Silva as well. So Silva also has kind of like a team buff equipment, but this time Silva used ignore defense instead. So I think I've done the calculations. Silva equipment is a little bit better, but it only works when there is only 1 enemy on the board. So what can I get off from this? I think the equipment is fine. that's what I say. Naroxel equipment is fine, able to do work. It's not like too underwhelming. compared to other equipment out there. As for the breakthrough, at breakthrough 3, Naroxel will get preemptive strike, which again, very good to unlock preemptive strike at the first dupe. At breakthrough 6, Naroxel will get 1 additional enhanced tile when you purifying the debuff tiles. So from 4 to 5. A very minimal effect, I don't think it's worth to go the breakthrough 6. Okay, next we're gonna talk about the stat comparison. So in terms of force unit, Naroxel attack is rank 18, and in terms of defense, she is also rank 18, and in terms of health, she is rank 14. I'm gonna get some team suggestion. So pretty standard team for Naroxel here. You use Naroxel when you have hero because she generates a lot of enhanced tile. So she's a very good support for hero. If you don't have hero, you still could use Naroxel if you really want to remove the debuff tiles. But other than that, I don't think you would use Naroxel that much. So yeah, these are all the suggestions I would say you can use if you don't have Naroxel. Pack, Megard, Luis, Gabriel. I mean, these are a pretty standard unit I included. So Naroxel, current balance I'll give her 3 star. Future balance also 3 star. Flexibility 1 star. And design I'll give her 3 star. So why I gave her 3 star? Because she don't have a lot of stats. That's one thing. So basically you don't use Naroxel for damage. She don't have too high of attack, don't have a lot of health or defense, so you won't use her just for tankiness. And her ability is useful, that's why I gave her 3 star. But that's about it. You only use her on stage that has a lot of tile debuff. Other than that, you won't ever use Naroxel. The teleport is nice, but it's not really that strong anyway. It's 3 cooldowns. Just use Megard for even more damage and you have 2 turn cooldowns. And for future balance, I gave her 3 star as well because I feel like because of the niche she's in, she can be easily replaced by another unit that can do tile debuff removal. If any other unit that can do tile debuff removal is released in the future, she is definitely gonna get replaced. But how likely is that? It depends. Maybe not so soon, but definitely I think she will fall off in the meta very soon. And for design, I gave her 3 stars. She's pretty cool, but it doesn't really invoke that much feeling in me. So 3 stars is kind of like an appropriate rating for design. Just kind of meh, average.
Whoa, stop here. This is Nerfa from the future. Don't listen to this guy. Naroxel design is at least 4 star. So basically, I changed my mind after I look at her active skill. Her active skill is so pretty. I just have to give her 1 more star, man. So yeah, there's that.
As for the costs, you would need the forest tile for the purple material for Ascension 3, and to reach level 1 and level 80 Ascension 3, I have already shown the material you will need on the screen, so you can check that out. As for the equipment, you will need the independent stuff and also 6500 sublime and the Nitiums as usual 580k. Affinity 10, you will need 62 gifts that she likes as usual. So final verdict, I think Naroxel belong in B tier because while she is useful, the situation where you can use her is very niche, and frankly there's not a lot of hard content that is mechanically built around the debuff tile. I'm not too sure what you call that. So I think in the future she might have a place where there's like a really hard stage that has this gimmick that you need to purify effect. But do you know that actually the tile reset also clear off these things? So you basically use a character just to generate some enhanced tile, and it's like very niche situation as well. I don't feel like it. It's a okay character at the right situation. That's all. But if you got her, you can definitely use her with Hero or Paloma right now. They have some decent synergies, but you have to look at the stage though. If the stage has no Tau debuff, then she is just a teleporter that has 3 cooldown and doesn't do any damage. Doesn't do a lot of damage. Her Chan combo, really bad. She belongs in the B tier. Use her when the situation is right. Or don't, just use like Tau reset. Like even Jola can do her job. But just no enhanced Tau, that's it. Again, I want to thank you guys for watching the video. Subscribe if you want more. That's it for me today. Peace.